Yes, welcome to this weekly market outlook. So let's just start with the pairs that are aligning very well with the fundamentals and the technicals for this week. Starting with USDJPY, it's really looking good and it's at a very good key level. Dollar yen. So the dollar yen is at actually a very interesting level. So looking at it from the monthly time frame, if you look at this, this is an all-time high. I mean, in regards to this phase of the market, of course, we have other data here, but in regard to this phase of the market, it is at all-time monthly highs. So with that being said, we want to make sure that this is our highs, which is also our resistance level. So once we mark that, then on the monthly perspective, we can clearly see that these are our lows. So this will be like our support areas based off the monthly. So once we've cleared this information, we can come to our weekly time frame. In this case, the weekly candle has just closed. And we want to also mark our highs and then our lows of the week. So this is our low, the week, and the high is the same as this. So from here, when we don't have any more information to digest, we keep on going to a lower time frame until we can find something else. So on the daily, this is still what we have. So we have our low here and then our high, which is our resistance area. And then finally, we can come to the 4-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hourly time frame, this is what we have. So this is our low, which is our support, and then we have our resistance here. So what would actually happen now for us to be interested in trading the dollar yen is the fact that if the market actually breaks into this resistance and then breaks back inside like a false breakout. So that's what usually the market does when it is at a key resistance level. So this is an important area that we shall be studying the market and waiting for what will happen in terms of a fake breakout and then breaking back inside to drop, or unless if it breaks up and then it retests this level to continue upward. So usually it is important to notice what happens around this key level. So let me just get us back to what had happened before. So there was a time also around this key level. These are the kinds of break I'm talking about. This was like last year. So we also had a high here, and then this is the kind of breakout I was talking about. So the market seemed to have broken above this high, then broke back inside, and that is what we saw, the market heading down all the way. So the same thing could actually happen here. So this is an important pair for this week. Going on to another pair, which is looking good, the pound CAD. So the Gbpcad is actually also looking very good based off the technical structure. So on our technical structure on Gbpcad, we saw this as our highs, which will also act as our resistance area. So you can clearly see here the market went into this area, got rejected, and now price seems to want to head down. And in this case, we have like a double top, a resistance area, keeping it as simple as that. So once we have this, then we can move to a lower time frame to be better understand what could actually happen. But it is important for you to mark your lows, which will also act as your support areas, so these lows. So in case the market is to come all the way down here, we can have our support and then our support. So once we are clear with that, we can go to the weekly time frame and try to understand also what be happening on the weekly and what has happened. So this was our resistance because the market came into this, did the little fake out, and then broke back inside. And as it broke back inside, we saw this weekly candle taking away these previous highs. You see, these were like previous highs. These were resistance. They were broken, and then they were broken here. So in other words, resistance becoming support and all of that. So what happens here is that this weekly candle here took away these lows. This low, if I'm to just put it to be specific, this low. And now, if I just do it like that, it will look like that. So now we have an area where the market broke. So once we don't have any more information, because now we are moving from resistance. So this is the resistance, the market fails to break it. So the market will continue to break previous supports or resistance. We can come to the daily, and on the daily, this is what we have. So on the daily, we have our resistance here, which was holding price, and now we see a strong break of the lows, giving us another resistance here, which is also consistent with the former resistance here. So what could actually happen now is that price could pull back into this region so that to continue to these lows, which will act as our support and possibly where we shall be take profit. So looking at it from the 4-hourly time frame, this is possibly what could be happening. So we are in a scenario where the market is actually has broken below, is pulling back possibly to retest this, and then the confirmation, we can actually ride this to the downside. So that's what we have on these two pairs. Going on to now the one last pair, which is actually been on watch list for a while now, and that is the gold. So looking at gold also from a higher time frame, let's go on to the monthly. And on the monthly, we had this all-time high gold forming. And then we had this previous monthly high, which the market seemed to have broken, but we still have about 6 days to the closure of the month. So we cannot conclusively say that this has already broken this high because the monthly candle has not yet closed. So once we're done with that, then we can see another area where the market broke up. So we can come to the weekly, and on the weekly, we want to see what exactly transpired. So on the weekly, this is an area of retest. So clearly this the previous week, the other 2 weeks broke this high, and then the market seems to have come to retest this and then continued and formed a new fresh high. But remember, before this high was formed, market had to take away this previous high. So now this can become, because price has closed below this break, it can become our next resistance area. So with that being said, when we come to the daily, this is how to look like. So in other words, the market we are beginning to have our resistances and resistances. So in case price is to head back up here, this will act as our resistance. And then this is as our support, because this was an area where the market had broken above, and then the retest has already happened. So this was a break retest, forming a new high, and then market beginning to break the previous highs as it comes down. So now so we will be having our resistance area here, and then also these other resistance plus this support, meaning if price is able to pull back into this region, there is a potential area where we could actually be selling here, the confirmation, of course, and then we will take our first profit here and then wait for what could possibly happen here, whereby if this area is broken into, then we can continue to hold gold to the downside and all of that. So that's what we have for this week. Those three good pairs, Usdjpy, which we have already analyzed, and then also Gbpcad and gold. So looking at the fundamentals that are going to be happening coming up this week, so that you can actually better position your trades in a good way. And then, so starting on Monday, which would be, so Monday, we really don't have much on Monday. There's no major news on Monday. And then going on to Tuesday until 5 p.m., that's when we have the consumer confidence on the dollar. And then on Wednesday, we will have the Australian CPI. And then going on to Thursday, we have the FOMC, Weller speaking. And then Thursday, we have a lot. We have the Canadian GDP, and then the US final GDP and employment claims. So Thursday, we really have a lot of fundamental news. So we have a dollar pair on our watch list. Yeah. And then Friday, don't forget there is going to be a bank holiday. It's the bank holiday. I love that. So that's what we have. Take care. Stay safe. And use proper risk management.